Today on Hook the Future, it's reunion time with a past Hook the Future star, Colby Borland, fishing with these guys, Callahan and Brad at Lake Worth Inlet, busting the big snook. Stay with us, guys. We got a great show for you today. Man, it seems like yesterday. We were filming in West Palm Beach, Florida with a couple of South Florida boys, Colby Borland and Kobe Doblier, catching monster snook on the full moon at Lake Worth Inlet. Get him off the boat!
Is he down here?
He's gonna be. Back here. Back here. Hand in front of the reel. There you go. That's a strong fish, man. Don't reel against the drag. When you hear that sound, you're not getting nothing. Just hold on. Look at that one.
Oh, there he is!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Right here. Oh. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Slimy 5. Yeah, it seems like yesterday, but that was over 14 years ago. We crushed the big snook. The episode was so good, we decided to come back a few years later and try it again with a couple of lady anglers. Colby joined us again behind the scenes as a first mate, and he did a great job. We hammered the big snook again, although I'm not sure he was so happy about watching the girls catch the fish and not him. Let me tell you, Colby was all about fishing. Fast forward 14 years or so, and here I am at the West Palm Beach Fishing Club giving a kingfish seminar. This tall young man walks up and says, "Remember me?" Wow, it's Colby, taking a break from college. Of course we started talking about the inlet snook shows. Colby said, "I'm on break for a few more weeks. Why don't we do it again? The moon's almost right." And there were certainly fishy kids at the West Palm Beach Fishing Club, especially Callahan, who pulled out his phone and proceeded to show me an album of fish photos that would make any grown man jealous. I asked him if he wanted to go catch some snook, and he said, "I'm in, and I know just the guy who can be the other angler, my friend Brad." So here we are, 14 years later. Colby is still crazy about fishing, and Callahan and Brad say they can catch big snook. Well, we're going to put them to the test with some monsters today. It's the full moon and the fish are stacking at the inlet. The tide's getting right. We'll have our Mercury-powered Carolina Skiff JVX 20 loaded with gear and bait. Man, this feels like old times. Let's do this. I can't believe it. I feel like, man, it's like deja vu coming back here. You were this size last time I was here.
It's crazy to think.
I know. You're fishing Lake Worth Inlet again with the past Hook the Future star, Colby Borland. Got my buddies Callahan and Brad drifting the baits. Got some live baits, grunts, dragging them across the inlet here on the first incoming tide. Close to the full moon in August. It's gonna be a great day. Good job, Callahan. We've been waiting for this one, haven't we? You have been waiting. Take it easy now. Take your time with him.
You know, just catching brim and bass in the backyard on a simple bobber and a sinker and a hook, you know? Just throwing bread and hot dogs out there. And I'd sit out there all day long just reeling in little brim and bass, and I thought it was the best thing ever. All right, so we threw the baits out there, you know, right about 25 feet of water. Let them sit at the bottom and, you know, keep tight on the weight, you know, let some line out and adjust for how the boat is drifting with the current. And you feel the little grunt on there, you know, just kind of swimming around, and then all of a sudden he'll get a little nervous, a little tap tap, then a little more taps, and then all of a sudden he'll start going crazy, and then all of a sudden, boom, the thump. Snook just sucks it right in, real tight on that fish, and just start cranking. And those fish, they run, and they run at the beginning, and then you get a little bit of line, and then they'll run again, you know, dig down to the bottom, and just keep tight with those fish, and we got them up to the boat, and it was a nice fish.
Nice snook right here, buddy. All right, back up just a little bit. Man, nice snook right here, buddy. He is barely hooked. Yeah, man.
The secret of catching snook is catching those tides exactly right. You gotta catch the tides right, you gotta catch the right bait, you gotta find the fish. Snook are tricky, they're smart fish, they'll see, you gotta use fluorocarbon because they can see, that braid or anything, they're really smart fish. Right in the core of the mouth.
Yeah, around my neck too, there we go. There, got him? Got him? Callahan, is that your biggest snook ever? What's that long arm stuff? You've been fishing a lot, sticking them out there long arm, and I see that. Back up so the camera can see him. Nice job. You got that one, Colby?
The first fish we got, we had a double header and the boat was all clustered up with people and rods.
Another nice snook.
Nice job, man. We're gonna get a shot here. A little sloppy here. Carolina skiff drifting hard. Lake Worth Inlet. Nice job, man. Double header. That's the way we started. Come up here, buddy. Back up just a little bit. Half step. There we go. Nice job, Callahan. You guys rock. Double header. Make sure his head's down in there and let him swim off before you let him go. Keep his head down. Good job, buddy. Good job. That's good. Let him go. All right, man. Nice job, Callahan. That's the way you do that. Slimy 5, man. Double header to start. Let's get another one. Where you at, man? Good job, Brad. Slimy 5.
I met Capt Don at the West Palm Beach Fishing Club a couple months back when he was doing a seminar on kingfish, and we got to talking, and he told me about Hook the Future, and he said that maybe one day we could do an episode, and then he sent me an email a little while back and said, hey, let's do some snook fishing in the inlet, and I said, sounds great, and I was super excited, and told my parents and everything, and it was awesome. I got really excited.
So Colby, tell me about the snook fishing here. There's a lot on the moon here. We're during the spawn right now, right?
Yeah, so during the 3 summer months, June, July, and August, the fish will congregate in the inlet and actually spawn in the inlet. So during the 3 moons is when it's predominantly going on. So we'll go out there and target snook by anchoring up and fishing live baits on bottom.
Now, do you fish for them a different way when it's away from the moon?
Away from the moon, no, they tend to still be there. Just the weeks leading up to the moon tend to have the most fish there. That's when the most fish are there. And usually after a moon, some fish will leave and they'll come back slowly. So
if you want the best shot at catching a big snook, what time of year should you come down here to Palm Beach?
If it was me, I'd fish the week before the August full moon.
Week before the August full moon. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's when to come. Week before the August full moon, Lake Worth Inlet, you're gonna catch a big snook. Call this guy, you might even catch a bigger one. Nice job, man. Nice job. Big fish, good memories, and great times. That's what it's all about. Hook the Future will be right back. Hook the Future is brought to you by Eagle Claw, where great fishing begins. By Mercury, go boldly. By Fish Bites, the bait stays on the hook and the fish stay on the bait. By Salt Life Sport Optics, the finest performance lenses in the world. By Calcutta, hard-working fishing and coastal gear. And by Carolina Skiff. Anything is possible. All right, here with my buddy Colby Borland, man, putting us on the fish today.
Yes, sir.
Lassie, you've been doing this for a long time, huh?
Yes, sir, about all my life, all I can remember.
When you were about, I guess, 9 or 10, we came out and shot a show out here with you and Kobe, a guy who's now mating a boat down in Fort Lauderdale.
Mine's coming, I see it.
I see him too. Oh, snook everywhere. I like it. Did that one get off?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Did he? Yeah. Yeah. Man, fast action. This is cool, man. Slimy 5, Colby, good job. Circle it, got him right in the corner.
My arms.
Your arm's sore. What is that? His arm's sore?
And then when you came back on the boat with a couple of girls and you were kind of the captain and helped us guide those girls to catching a bunch of fish in the inlet.
Yeah, we did.
So bring us up to speed. What's happened since then?
Since then, I fish every day I can. I then moved to South Carolina, go to school up there now at University of South Carolina. I fish every day I can. I come down here in the summertime. I go fishing before work. It's basically all fishing.
Fishing, fishing, fishing. Tell me about the positive influences that fishing's had on your life.
Fishing's made my life a lot better. Makes me meet people, open myself up and become a very social person, opens doors for me in the future. you know, fishing business, you know, with doing stuff with you guys and meeting all other kind of people.
Looking back on those old Hook the Future episodes to taking us out there today, you know, tell us the difference.
But looking back on it, you know, back then I was real nervous because I was in front of the camera the whole time. I didn't know really how to react. I was young. I didn't know, you know, I was a good fisherman, but I wasn't great. Now looking back on it, it's cool to come back and help the kids learn and catch all these big fish we caught.
That's awesome. Well, man, I appreciate you putting these kids on the fish today. We
No
certainly had a
problem.
fish of a lifetime out there and chasing a few down, but
Yes, sir.
man, that's what it's all about. Take them when they're this big, and when they're this big, they'll call you and take you fishing. So that's what it's about. Take a kid fishing and make sure that you spend a lot of time with them when they're young, and they'll come back and maybe spend a little time with you when you're old. Guys, I want to show you the rig that we're using to catch these big snook. Starts off with an Eagle Claw 2004 ELF 6/0 circle hook tied to a 40-pound Andy fluorocarbon leader. Another number 2 barrel swivel up here to stop our weight from going all the way down to the hook right here. We're using 2 to 3 ounces of weight today. It's a simple rig. I got all this at Walmart last night before the show, so anybody can rig it up and come out here to the inlet, catch some big snook. But that's what we're using today. Circle hooks are the key. Good job, man. Good job. Feel pretty good, Callahan? A little bigger fish. You always hit the lighter right rig.
My favorite type of fishing is definitely snakehead fishing. I love snakehead fishing, you know, it's all top water. You get those big blow-ups. Snakeheads, they fight hard, they'll pull some drag. It's a good time. Some fish that I like to catch are wahoo for sure, number 1. I'd love to go out and catch a big wahoo. I've always wanted to catch a big black grouper as well. Never caught one of those. Yeah.
That's where we get it to video. Get him, Callahan. Come away from that engine. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good job. That's what we want right there. Nice big Lake Worth inlet snook. God, it seems like yesterday I was down here with the captain doing it. Watch that engine, watch that engine. There you go. Swing him over here. Watch that. Good job, Callahan. Good job. Getting a lot of weight over here. Getting a lot of weight over here. There we go. Man, what a nice. Keep his head in the water. Keep his head in the water. Nice job, man. Nice job. Right here.
If you're new to fishing and, you know, just get out on the water, start trying stuff, you know, learn from your mistakes. I could say I've learned a lot just from my own mistakes out of being out on the water. You know, the more experience and the more time you put on the water, the more you're gonna learn, the more fish that you're gonna catch.
What a beautiful snook that is. That is a fatty right there, buddy. Turn around and look at the camera right here. Right here with me. Lay the rod down. Nice job, man. That's a nice fish right there, buddy. Man, that's what we're after right there. Circle hook right in the corner. Eagle Claw circle hook. Catch him right there in the corner. Yeah. Give me a little slack. There's the bail. Real good. That's a nice fish right there. There you go. Look at the camera right there. You getting big fish, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good job, man. That's some good stuff right there. That's a big fat one. Ready to let it go? All right, nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. Hang on, hang on. There you go. Hold on to him. There he goes. Nice job. Nice job, man. Turn around here and give me a slimy 5, buddy. That's the way to rock it right here. This guy knows how to fish just like these guys. We're going to catch another one. Hook the Future will be right back. On this week's Gotta Have It segment, you gotta have one of the awesome boats by Carolina Skiff. With a Carolina Skiff, anything is possible. Whatever your dream is on the water, you can make it happen in a Carolina Skiff today. Check out their models today at carolinaskiff.com. You got him on the little rod, huh? Keep him tight, keep him tight. There you go. Don't worry about this anchor as he gets closer. Nice job. Take your time there, Brad. Whoa! Tsunami rod doing the job. You're not talking too much. What's going on? Don't let him go that way. There you go. Reel, reel, reel.
The lightest rod on the boat today caught the biggest fish, and it was just taking huge runs and head shakes, and it was really fun pulling it up on light tackle.
Good job, man. Just take your time, take your time.
If I had a friend that was going to be on Hook the Future tomorrow, I would probably tell him that you're going to get a lot of fish, and so just be patient and you'll hook up.
Good job, man. Good job. Keep him tight. Keep him tight. Slow down on that bounce up. There you go. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, he's going to come to this side of the boat in a second. This side. Keep reeling, keep reeling. Man, this fish does not want to be on camera, does he? He's working as hard. He's going against the light, making it go the wrong way, all that stuff.
I like snook fishing because you got to have the perfect conditions for it and the right line and the perfect tides and everything. And then once you're on them, you get a really good fight and stuff like that.
Yeah, he is fighting hard. You got him on that little rod. I figured, well, I'll bring one little redfish rod just in case. When you know it, that'd be the one. Nice job. Not quite so high when he gets there. Now go down and reel. Short pumps, short pumps. Now go down and reel. There you go. Now go down and reel. Hold pull out that way. Is he going back? There you go. Don't lean up that way because you're going to fall in. Yeah. Step back, keep your feet wide. What do you think about it, Brad? Yeah, that's a good one right there. Hold tight, hold tight. Look at this thing. Hold tight. Biggest fish on the smallest rod. I like it. Hold it out this way. Yep. Andy line doing the job. What a monster snook. He is a big one. He is a big one. That is a big snook right there, buddy. That is what we're after right there. Big old snook, Lake Worth Inlet. What do you think of that, Brad? Here, get down here behind me. Just take a knee right there. And what do you think of that fish, buddy? Is that the biggest snook you ever caught? Get that circle hook out for me. Nice job. What's that all about right there, huh? All right, here we go. Let's let this guy go. See you, buddy. There he goes, right down to the bottom. Dude, man, what a nice fish, dude. What do you think of that? Slimy 5, huh? What do you think about it? Is that the biggest snook you ever had? Let's do it again.
If I was talking to another kid that hasn't been fishing, I would really encourage him to start fishing because it just takes your mind off other things and you could just start catching big fish.
Don't go anywhere. Hook the Future will be right back. Hook the Future is brought to you by Andy, the Line of Champions. By Salt Life, live life unanchored. By Scout Boats, discover more. By Float On, there's only one real float on. By Tsunami Rods, powerful, sensitive, custom rod performance. And by Odyssey, the Extreme Battery, extreme power, performance, and reliability. So Colby, I've been involved with the West Palm Beach Fishing Club for a long time, and I know they do a lot of positive stuff for kids, but they do a lot of positive stuff for everybody, right?
Yeah, they do great stuff. They've been around since about 1934. They run annual tournaments. You got the Silver Sailfish Derby, the KDW Classic. They do all kinds of kids tournaments and everything. It's a great family-based club. The inter tournaments inside the club are awesome, the summer contest and the winter contest, and it's a very competitive feel. It's really what made me get into fishing.
Well, I met you through the club, and then I
Yep.
come back to the club 15, 20 years
Yep.
later. I don't know, I had black hair when I met you, but when I came back to the club and met Callahan as well, and they still have it going on. It's really positive. I can't, people that want to get into offshore fishing especially, there's a lot of intimidation there. You buy a boat and you got all the equipment, but you don't know really what to do and where to go. Join your local offshore club. If you want to know the tricks of the trade and get into the right group, that's where you start and where you learn. And West Palm Beach Fishing Club is one of the best there is, and proud to be a part of it.
Yes, sir.
Did you guys have fun today? Yeah. Take a kid fishing and do your part to hook the future. Let them catch a fish of their life like this. Man, what a nice snook. Good job, Brad. Let's let this guy go. Slimy fives to our anglers Callahan and Brad. These two guys can fish, and their positive attitudes were contagious all day long. Even in challenging conditions, they put some very respectable fish in the boat. Slimy fives to my good friend Colby Borland. He did it again, and today he delivered big fish in some tough conditions. Even though we've only fished together a few times, it feels like years. I can't wait to fish with him again. A big thank you to Pete Schultz from Fishing Headquarters in Jupiter, Florida. He selfishly ran the chase boat all day, ensuring we got the shots. Big slimy fives to the West Palm Beach Fishing Club. What a great organization. These guys do it right. If you live in South Florida, you have to check them out at westpalmbeachfishingclub.org. If not, check out the Offshore Fishing Club in your area. It's a great place to network with other fishermen and become better at the sport we all love. To find out how you and your family can take the same trip as you've seen on today's show and what's going on behind the scenes, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram. If you want us to share your fishing photos, use the hashtag Slimy5 when posting your pictures.